How to Eat to Live, Book 1, by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Chapter 4, Why They Urge You to Eat the Swine. The taking of the prohibited flesh of the swine as a food is beyond righteous imagination. It is difficult to understand why Christians eat such divinely prohibited flesh, while having a Bible and the law given to Moses against the swine flesh. Other prophets, down to Muhammad, preached against the eating of the swine. Christians are among the largest consumers of pork in America, and they deliver this rat throughout the world to other people. They are so fond of swine flesh that they sacrifice it in the church and then ask divine blessing upon it. They barbecue and cook it and hold a feast in their places of worship and eat this slow death poisonous animal, which God has forbidden, as though they had an option with God. No wonder Isaiah says that they stand behind one tree in the garden, eating swine flesh, the abomination, the mouse, and the broth of the swine in their vessels. And yet, they will tell all the Muslims and Orthodox Jews that they are holier than we who don't dare even to touch the swine's carcass. Preachers and priests are working along with the enemy, our adversary, of God, teaching the people that it is all right to eat swine, their bellies stretched with the hog in them and saturated with the whiskey and wine. This is the type of religion under which you have been brought, Christianity and its preachers and priests. None of them have tried to prevent you from breaking this divine law by teaching you the consequences of such an act. Allah taught me that this grafted animal was made for medical purposes, not for food for the people, and that this animal destroys the beautiful appearance of its eaters. It takes away the shyness of those who eat this brazen flesh. Nature did not give the hog anything like shyness. Take a look at their immoral dress and actions, their worship of filthy songs and dances that an uncivilized animal or savage human being of the jungle cannot even imitate. Yet, average black people who want to be loved by their enemies, regardless of what God thinks of them, have gone to the extreme in trying to imitate the children of their slave masters in all of their wickedness, filthiness, and evil. The Arabic meaning of hog or swine, according to one Arab Muslim, is khanzir. Khan, he says, means I see. Zir means foul. This is the meaning of the English word swine, khanzir, or I see the animal foul, and very foul, is the best explanation that I have heard to cover the very nature and characteristics of this animal. He is the foulest animal. He lives off nothing but filth. The only way you can get him to live and eat better food is to keep him from getting to filth. He is so poisonous, 99.9%, that you can hardly poison him with other poison. You can even give him lye, something you'd think would cut up the intestines when eaten. Snakes can't poison hogs. They eat them and fatten. The bite of snakes doesn't harm them because they eat the biter. He is so poisonous and filthy that nature had to prepare him a sewer line and you may find the opening on his forelegs. It is a little hole out of which oozes pus. This is the filth of his body that cannot be passed fast enough. His poison is that of a live nature in the form of a parasitic worm that is called Keonna, commonly known as porkworm, which is found in the stomach and intestinal walls until it finally breeds and works itself into the muscles of the body of the eater. From there, the trichinae work themselves into the spinal cord and travel the spinal cord toward the brain, at which time there is no possible cure. They then cause the victim to suffer with rheumatism, backaches, stomach aches, headaches, fever, and even change the color of the eyes of some eaters to a dull brown or dull red. They fill the eater with a drowsiness, laziness, slow thinking, slow moving, and the tendency to be easily irritated. The swine eaters are always ready to rise up for a dispute and fight other people and among themselves. He is the greediest animal. He never knows or cares to stop eating as long as he sees something to eat. He is the dumbest animal. He keeps his nose smelling and eyes looking for something in the earth. You could feed him all day long, and he will never look up to see his feeder. In the case of bad weather arising, he is never intelligent enough to go in before it actually starts raining or hailing on his back. He takes no warning. He will keep his head in the earth, rooting until the storm is lashing his back with rain and the lightning is blinding his eyes. You eat this animal from his snout to his tail and all of the poisonous, wormy intestines. Yet you say you are holier than any religious people. Please learn to eat 1 meal a day, and let it be without swine flesh. And many of the ailments that you are now suffering and getting medicine from the doctor for will disappear. To you diabetics, eat 1 meal a day and lay off that starch and sugar. They are only making you sick. Write and let me know that you have tried eating once a day, shunning sugar and starches, and before a week's time, your urine will be negative of sugar and acid negative. It is ignorant for you to suffer with this disease when it can easily be cured. Just stop eating that which is causing your trouble. Eat 1 meal a day. You will not starve and die. Purchase the books, CDs, and DVDs of the life-giving teachings at store.finalcall.com. Listen to the messages of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan 24/7 at finalcallradio.com. Watch the Nation of Islam's weekly and live broadcasts at NOI.org.